Most what I eat after bariatric surgery videos are filmed within the first year post-op weight loss surgery. But what does eating actually look like 6+ years post weight loss surgery? Because maintenance is a completely different season. Today, I am taking you through a realistic post-op 6+ years later bariatric routine day. We're going to do a realistic bariatric diet routine as someone who has lost over 150 pounds in the past 6+ years from VSG. We're going on a field trip. We're going to the grocery store. We'll do a full day of meals that is going to be different from the day I am filming this because I need to prep today, and then we'll eat together, all together for an entire day. And we'll go through what sustainable life after weight loss surgery actually looks like. Hi, I'm Chelsea. I had a vertical sleeve gastrectomy in 2019, and as I said, I've lost 150+ pounds in the past 6 years. I'm a bariatric mindset coach in long-term maintenance mode where I believe food does not have to be the focus or the obsession. At this stage, I am eating to support my life, not shrink my body. If this type of real life post-op bariatric surgery content is what you're looking for, I would love to have you join our growing BariTale community. Make sure you're subscribed. So today we are starting with the grocery store run. I am going to begin at Trader Joe's and go to Whole Foods as well. These are about 40 minutes from my house, and we grocery shop approximately once a week. So I thought it would be fun for me to show you what I'm actually picking up while I'm grocery shopping. So come on, let's go. Let's grab the bags. We're home from Trader Joe's and Whole Foods. Let's go through our grocery haul. This is the Whole Foods haul. However, this bag came from Trader Joe's in Hawaii. I want to preface this by saying that I normally don't shop at Whole Foods only because it is further away, but there were specific items that I was looking for today. We can range in our grocery stores. My husband is the grocery shopper ever since weight loss surgery. I am the list maker. He is the grocery shopper, and then I do the majority of the cooking here at home. And he would prefer to go more locally to either Stop and Shop or Shaw's. We live in the Northeast. We also have a local grocery store that's smaller, more niche, not a chain, that we love called Windfall Market near us. However, I am a Trader Joe's girly, and there is one going in closer to home, and I plan on doing like weekly shorts when it's finally built. It's not built yet, but I plan on doing weekly shorts about like my bariatric faves at Trader Joe's. But Whole Foods and Trader Joe's are kind of near each other in the big city of Hyannis here on Cape Cod. So I want to show you what I got and then explain like what are some staples here, even though it's not a store I normally shop at. These were the reason for going. My daughter had these at a friend's house recently, and she was like, these are the best oranges. I think they're mandarin oranges that I've ever had. So this was our reason for going. A staple in our house is always going to be some type of fruit. And after surgery, it's not really for me anymore. It's more for her. She also picked these out. I will say these are delicious. We tend to get them on Martha's Vineyard because they are at one of the beer and wine bars that we like to go to over there called Noman's, and they come in like the tall tube. She loves these, so she was very excited to see those. A pantry staple. If you're someone who's looking for like a quick and easy mac and cheese, whether it's for you or your family, this box has 14 grams of protein in it. Actually, it's 14 grams of protein per serving. There's 2.5 servings in here. So my daughter loves this, and on nights where she has swimming, this is super easy for both of us. Callie picked these out. Squeezable smoothie pops in banana berry. Not for me. For 2 recipes that I'm creating this week, both of these ingredients are new to me, not the brand for this one, but the brand for this one. I am going to try to make a butter chicken for dinner. Maybe that will be the one we make together. And I think I can do that in the crock pot with this sauce. And then the other sauce that I picked up is this one. I do love this brand. They're like sweet chili flakes, are really good. So grabbed those. And then Callie wanted a Poppy. We don't let her drink soda. She's 10. We don't let her drink soda. So she's kind of into this world of Poppy. I understand that this is also considered soda. However, she won't drink it in one sitting, but we don't let her have like regular sodas, if that makes sense. And then I picked up for me 2 of my favorite fun drinks. I really only like these flavors, if we're being honest. Like, I would love to like the creamy root beery one because it sounds good. Something about the aftertaste, but I like these 2. And in terms of protein, I went with what my favorite protein options are from Whole Foods, the protein bites, this particular flavor, and then the midday squares, like if you're looking for a little pick-me-up. Now, unfortunately, this cannot live in your bariatric snack pouch, okay? Because this requires refrigeration unless you put a tiny little frozen cube in there, like an ice pack. That could work, but that's not how I like to operate my bariatric snack bags. If you ever want to see me pack a snack bag just to keep in the car, in a bag, wherever, I'm a firm believer in protein snacks. I think you need snacks to get through the day, and I have some of my favorites here with you today. On to Trader Joe's. Starting with non-food items, this is the first time I've ever seen green shamrocky hydrangeas. Loved these, loved them. I'm just gonna put them in a little cup of water down here. And then I did pick up eucalyptus. I always grab eucalyptus because I like to put it above my shower. I could do a short on that if you were interested. It gives it a little spa-like feel. And I saw for the first time being there in a while that they had mint. Okay, if you struggle with hydration, I'm telling you, mint, adding some mint and lemon into my water makes a world of difference for me. And I've just dehydrated my first lemons and limes. Don't these look gorgeous? I'm practicing in my dehydrator. I can tell I could have gone longer, but my plan this week is to use this mint, and I have a garden full of my grandmother's mint, but because it's March, I do not have access to the mint. It's not alive, but for now, I am gonna use all of this mint, and mint regrows very quickly. You should probably put it in a container if you're going to put it in your garden because it's very invasive. Mine, I have to weed back, continuously pull back because it is in the ground next to our hydrangeas, but I need to use all of these dehydrated friends. So my water is gonna be so happy this week. I also currently own this kind of crusty rosemary that is in our bar area, but I bought some fresh rosemary to kind of plant with it because this is looking pretty dry. We always have either chicken thighs or chicken breast in the freezer. I really like the chicken thighs from Trader Joe's because I like how they come packaged. Chicken thighs often have more flavor than chicken breasts do, so I'm thinking of doing this as the butter chicken in the crock pot. Another staple, the green goddess dressing. This dressing. This could go on quite literally anything and be good, in my opinion. It's fresh. It's so delicious. The ingredients here are avocado, green onion, lemon juice, chives, basil, and garlic. This is just, it's great on salads, but it's also like you could marinate chicken in this. You could use it, I like to use it as a veggie dip. I also bought the tiny cukes. Veggies with a dip is a staple snack and or a part of my lunch. So I love the mini cukes. I love the green goddess dressing. I also grabbed sugar snap peas, my personal favorite, and the hummus. Specifically the Trader Joe's like organic hummus. This is my favorite. And my daughter doesn't like this one, so I buy her separate hummus, which means that both last longer because we're not sharing it. Not related to weight loss surgery per se. These have a little bit of a kick to them, and because of that, I eat less of them. I also like to dunk these in the hummus, and I was a sucker for this today. The patio chips that come out in the summer from Trader Joe's are some of my favorite carby snacks ever. And so I haven't tried these before. Will be trying. A fantastic snack for protein. These have per serving, which is about 14 pieces and they're easy to eat, is 12 grams of protein. Awesome. The downside is that there's only 2 servings in a bag. So I normally don't eat a full snack, but I like a little crunch with everything with each of my meals. So those are fantastic. These are for my daughter. These skinny little pancakes, she loves them. She apparently doesn't like when I make pancakes anymore, but she likes those. Coleslaw mix. This is gonna go in one of the stir fries I'm making this week. Jasmine rice. I debated, do I just get the big rice bag? I probably should have, but because our weeknights are busy. My daughter is a swimmer, she has ballet, I have my own clients and my students in the evenings sometimes, so these are microwavable. I couldn't find at Trader Joe's the riced cauliflower. They were out of that in the freezer section. I like that too. I've never tried these. These sound right up my alley. A staple for my daughter. A fast, easy weeknight dinner that you can doctor up if you wanted to add protein to this. What else do we have here? Mini uncured pepperoni sticks. This is like a 2-pack. You can break them off and take them with you. 13 grams of protein. Fantastic option. Does need to be refrigerated. My favorite, I know it is so basic for someone who's had bariatric surgery to tell you that their favorite snack ever is a cheese stick. Unfortunately, my favorite snack ever is a cheese stick. So I like mozzarella ones. If I can find them that are not low moisture, I would actually prefer that. And I have never seen these before. The unexpected cheddar cheese at Trader Joe's has something in it that I am addicted to. I normally buy the block. I love that you can buy it shredded now. What? We now have individual little snacky packs. Now, there's 8 of these in here. They are 5 grams of protein per serving. So like one little guy. What's in here? How many? There's 7 in a cheese stick. Just saying. Also, a cheese stick with some pepperoni sticks and maybe some moon cheese or a little hummus dip. I love like a snacky to-go platter, a tapasy lunch. Love, love, big fan of that. And then I did grab, I haven't tried this before, but we are going to because this would be perfect for a bariatric snack bag. It is the Trader Joe's brand. They call it an energy bar. I will say that this is high in carbohydrates. Not that I count that, but if that's something you're counting, there's 10 grams of protein in here. More concerned about sugar. 15 grams of sugar. We'll see. But this could be something that like lives in a bag because it's not going to go bad until September. And then these are a fan favorite in my life. This has 10 grams of protein, 8 grams of sugar. So those are the groceries. I am going to get busy putting them away. And then we're gonna hop to the day that we get to actually eat together. What I eat in a day video. Now, obviously, I want to caveat this with so many asterisks. 1, I am 6.5 years post-op weight loss surgery, so I am in full-blown maintenance mode. 2, we are currently in the month of March here on Cape Cod. So seasonally, this changes. I am not someone who eats the same foods mostly every single day, at least for 2 out of the 3 meals. Ooh, the sun is coming out to join us. How nice. And 3, I am not a exclusively whole food. I don't mean the grocery store. I mean the type of food you're actually consuming. Organic girl. I love Diet Coke. I frequent, sometimes, fast food. We eat dinner out on the weekends. So this is not a what you should eat in a day. This is what I eat in a day so that you get to see what it looks like in real life. So as you saw this morning, oh, we're like Farrah Fawcetting here. As you saw this morning, I did a little cold facial plunge. Sidebar, I am struggling with a little bit of rosacea on my skin. I do have rosacea. It has not had a flare up since weight loss surgery. And earlier this winter, my skin got so dry and then I used too many active ingredients on it. So I'm in the process of healing it. So if you see texture here that maybe you don't normally see, because I swear 90% of the year my skin is happy and oily and not bumpy. If you see it, that's what's going on. The skin is not the focus. The skin is not the focus. So the reason I tell you that is because the cold plunge isn't something I always do, but it's something I've been doing to try to help with the redness and the texture on my face. So I am starting the day as always, and you probably saw the struggle this morning opening this. How unaesthetic to start the day. This is the Fairlife Core Power 26-gram chocolate protein shake. It is the only protein shake I drink. This is not an ad. This is not sponsored, though I wish it was. We have these on an auto repeat, on an actual schedule coming to the house, because I have had one of these every single day for the past 6 years, and it's routine. I'm not sick of it. I don't necessarily get excited to drink it, but I feel it when I'm missing it. So over this past summer, when I wasn't as hydrated as I should be, I noticed. When I come home from vacation and I have skipped morning protein, I notice. So this very simple system keeps me not only hydrated and on top of my protein goals, but it helps me feel good. So after I get about halfway in, which is where I am now because I take it in the morning, I drink it while I'm getting ready, it is now time to add my vitamins into the mix. And if I were a more prepared person, I would have my Dosey case full with a beautiful aesthetic B-roll shot of it. I don't. I simply have my favorite vitamins. Let me show them to you up close. These are my girls. These are my vitamins. This is my favorite brand of vitamin. Is anything Berry Melts makes, I will take and try. So I take the Once Daily Multi. This is a caplet. It also has 45 milligrams of iron in it, which helps any biotin, collagen that you take absorb into your system. So that is going to help with your hair, skin, and nails. And for those of you girlies who are in that 3 to 6 month window and you're starting to lose your hair, adding an iron or at least having a multi that has iron in it with whatever biotin or collagen that you're taking, it will help you actually absorb that. These are the caplets. They're called caplets because of their size, but also because they're smooth coated, so they don't taste like anything. And they're easy to digest. Now I'm going to pair that with the Hair Health Plus. I've been taking this for at least a year. I love it. I have nothing bad to say about it. It is also smooth coated as a caplet. Now these vitamins were literally designed for bariatric patients. Oh, getting dark and stormy. The weather is crazy this morning. And then lastly, at least for now, before we do calcium later, is the D3K2. Now this is apple flavored and it's a fast dissolving tablet. I don't take it that way because I'm impatient. I'm just gonna swallow it. Vitamins done. I do need to restock my vitamin case today. That is on my to-do list. Right now, I need to do my journal so that I know what's on my list. I have a list of 1,000 things today, and we can do it together. We can spend that time together, and you can see what I'm eating and snacking on as we go through the day. So this morning, one of our tasks is to prepare dinner. I love a crock pot. A crock pot hates to see me coming because I am going to use and abuse it. This is my crock pot. It's from Walmart, from the Drew Barrymore collection. It was sent to me because of my beautiful friends on TikTok, and they know my love of hydrangeas. So we're using it. Tonight's dinner is 2 ingredients. So I have chicken thighs. Touching raw chicken, kind of icky. These are frozen. You could thaw them, you could not. I am simply going to dump them into this crock pot. Such a chef. The second ingredient is this from Whole Foods. I have never made this before. This could be a little bit of a disaster. It smells good. And then my plan is to make it with the Trader Joe's rice, maybe a veg. Dinner is done. We do not have a long time for dinner this evening because I have clients. So if we're going to eat as a family, it kind of has to happen earlier in the afternoon or later at night. I'm an earlier kind of gal. I'm going in with the whole jar. This is going to cook low and slow for 6 hours, and then we'll check on it, but I'm very excited to eat it. Thanks for chefing with me. Easiest dinner of all time. Apologies about the lighting. The weather has been a little bit strange today. It feels cold, but not in the 30s cold and a little bit raw, which makes me honestly want to put a bathrobe on. However, I'm here with you, so I won't. I will refrain from that. I have been doing some boring tasks, which is why you haven't seen them. After my journal, I jumped into some admin work, banking, social media creation and editing. So nothing exciting where we were leaving the house. I do have a list, a very long list of things that I could do, but those are fun projects and today's a work day. So I'm sorry to keep the fun from you. I also don't know how much behind the scenes you want to see. I am super nosy when it comes to the content creators I like to follow, and I want to see them do things, not only watch them eat and what are they making in a day. I want to see them getting in their cars. I want to see what's in their glove box. I want to see them folding their laundry. You may find that painfully boring. So let me know in the comments what you think is fun to watch here in long form content. There are 10 things on my to-do list today, and so far I've actually crossed off 1. That doesn't matter. We're going to make lunch now. Oh, I wanted to show you. I found these. I talked about them in a social media piece that I'm putting out this week. I know it might be an unusual choice, but these are my favorite snack sticks. I think these go so well with the cheese stick. And right now, I wish I could tell you I had a lunch plan. Do I make myself half a sandwich, or do I go like the cheese meat stick tapas? I think I'll make a sandwich, but 2 of these sticks are 11 grams of protein. These are from Mr. Beast. Thanks to my daughter for putting me on these. It's lunchtime. Now, I told you this was going to be a real life video. And I mean that in the sense that I'm not eating anything here that I wouldn't normally eat. And I'm not making anything special for the video, if that makes sense. Like, these are all 3 meals and snacks that happen on a routine, regular basis. So one of the switches I did make after weight loss surgery is to Dave's Killer Bread, primarily because this bread has protein in it. So 1 slice has 3 grams of protein, and I am gonna make a whole sandwich but I'm gonna cut it in half and save the second half for my lunch tomorrow. Normally for lunch, I am a big leftovers girl, but I actually had an event last night in Boston and came home late. So my dinner last night, and this is not something I'd recommend, was a cheese stick, and I also had a protein bar, partially because I was a little bit nervous for this event. It was like the first time I'd been doing something. You can go on my socials and check out what I did if you want to. But it was the first time that I was going to a content creator event. So I was a little bit nervous and excited. So I didn't want to eat a ton prior. I also had a sugar cookie while I was there. And then because I was coming home so late, I wasn't really hungry because it was so late at night and I wanted to go to bed immediately. So when I got home, I didn't have leftovers. But normally, like from the butter chicken, I'll have leftovers and then I can either save those for future lunches. I firmly believe that as a bariatric queen, leftovers have to be in your wheelhouse. So while I make my lunch, I'll show you the ingredients, but I wanna talk to you also about how my portions have evolved over time. I recently switched to Duke's mayonnaise. Here in the Northeast, this is not talked about a lot or enough, and I absolutely love it. And yes, it is real mayonnaise. I'm not using fake. I grew up on like Miracle Whip. I'm eating so little of it that the portion size and the calories simply don't factor into my mind. Something interesting that's happening today for me is that I don't normally think about food during the day. Like that food noise, one of my proudest accomplishments, I think, is that my food noise has diminished and I've learned to work with it rather than against it or completely silence it. And I've thought more about food today than I have in probably years because I'm so focused on the video content, which is interesting. Like as I'm working, I'm thinking, oh, don't eat a snack without showing them. Don't plan out a meal without filming it. So it is just interesting. So in addition to my Dave's Killer Bread, now that has the delicious Duke's mayonnaise on it, I have some veggies that I'd like to incorporate. I don't have any lettuce right now. If I did, I would put that on, but I do have some pickles from the Cape Cod Pickle Company, and these ones are a little bit spicy, which I like. I got these at a local farmer's market, and I have a few tiny cubes. I know that you just watched the beginning of this video where I had a grocery haul, but between the haul and today, it's been 4-ish days. So I'm down to my 3 teeny tiny cubes from Trader Joe's because my protein cafe is working like gangbusters. So I'm gonna get a cutting board and chop some things up. My ratatouille cutting board. So obviously when you are freshly post-op, your portion sizes, once you can start to eat quote unquote real foods, your portion sizes are ridiculously small. I apologize if you can hear my stomach. It is growling because it is lunchtime. They are unrealistically small, but they don't stay that way. And I know it's frustrating because it's challenging to get your total expected grams of protein during the day. I try to hit at least 60 every day. And no, I don't count them anymore every single day because I know where I am most days since I eat routinely protein first as a strategy. I will track every now and then. However, I know it's challenging in the beginning to get the protein that you're supposed to get. However, there will come a day, my love, when you are post-op and you will think, gee, I wish I could only eat 2 tablespoons of something again, because you're going to be challenged by the idea that your stomach has appropriately stretched and that you have hunger again, that your ghrelin hormone has returned back to you once again. So if you're in those very beginning stages and you're feeling frustrated, I want to encourage you to reframe it as this is temporary and someday I will be deeply grateful that I experienced this and may want it back. So my portion sizes have shifted, just like everybody's. Now I am able to eat what I would consider a lean cuisine portion size. And I remember at my clinic, when my nutritionist told me you'll eventually be able to eat about this much at a time. And I was like, one, this was right after surgery, right? So my mentality was, that's not enough food. And then once I started taking sips of water and feeling full, thinking then, holy moly, I'll never be able to eat that much food ever again. So my portions have shifted. That is approximately what I can eat. And when I say what I can eat, I only mean combination foods. So like tonight for dinner, we're going to have chicken and rice. That's about how much I'll eat or less, because I do tend to eat less for dinner than I do for lunch. Depending on where I am in my hormonal cycle, I can eat more. I could eat far more carbohydrates than just this amount of Cheez-Its if I really wanted to, because they're a slider food. But here where I'm having a sandwich that I'm gonna have my favorite deli cheese with bread and veggies and mayonnaise, yes, I'm only gonna be able to eat half a sandwich. That doesn't mean that where you are out of surgery, even if you're at the same exact time frame that I am, that's what you should also be able to eat. It depends on your hormonal phase, your age, the type of surgery you had, other medical conditions, right? So this is not intended to be, I'm eating this, this is what you should be eating, which is why I don't film these videos all that often, because I don't want it to feel like our protein should be exactly the same. Everyone is going to be different. This is just a guideline, especially if you are doing some research in advance of surgery or you're post-op and you're wondering what's normal, because it's not talked about all that often. This is the beauty that is my sandwich right now. We're gonna cut her in half. Are you a half or a diagonal? I prefer a diagonal. I will put up on the screen approximately how much protein is in this pretty little sandwich. One of my other tips, if you aren't already, is to use small plates, right? Inherently, and I know there's a scientific study on this. I know it's not Pareto. The scientist's name does start with a P though. And it's all about the psychology of filling your plate. And then if you grew up and you're around the same age as I am, being told that you had to clear your plate because there were starving children in other parts of the world. So if you have a smaller plate, you are more or less likely to consume more. This looks sad and lonely. Sometimes I'll put, oh, you know what I have? I'm gonna put some Takis on here, spicy Takis, but they're not actually Takis, they're the Trader Joe's ones. The chili chips, these are actually spicy, so I can't eat that many of them, especially because I can't eat and drink at the same time. I did stop drinking my water probably 20 minutes ago at this point. And one of the reasons I love a protein shake for breakfast, I've talked about this quite a bit, is because I can drink that and drink my water throughout the entire morning. I never have to worry about stopping one to have the other. And if I don't get the majority of my water in during the morning, it's not happening. So here is today's little lunch plate. Let's take a bite together, shall we? This was the right call. The little crunch in there from the cucumbers and the pickles. Divine. So while I eat this, I will show you if I finish, if I don't, you'll see the end result. While I eat this, I'm going to do a little bit of affirming, meditating, recentering for the day. Then I'll be back. My stomach is going crazy. Is your stomach loud post-op? Mine talks all day long. It took me about 20 minutes to eat my half sandwich and my few little rolled up fake Takis. It was delicious. I feel satisfied. I went slowly with my bites. I always put it down in between bites. And a part of that is because I was doing my meditation, I was breathing, so that way I wasn't rushing through a meal, because I still find that part hard, where I want to eat quickly because I'm hungry and excited about what I get to eat. But I did eat the entire half sandwich. I wrapped the second half and put it in the fridge for tomorrow. And it's been about 20 minutes since then. I stirred the butter chicken and it smells so good. I did fill up my Dosey case with my vitamins. I keep this in my work bag, but I have a new little pouch that I want to put in my regular everyday bag. Isn't this pretty? I now wish I had the hydrangea blue one. This is organized by day. This travels with me, but I genuinely have this in my work bag every day. So that way in the morning, when I see vitamins in my journal on my habits to-do list, I can just grab and go. But I did buy this little pouch, and I am gonna blur out the word because it starts with a B and rhymes with this. It looks like a butter stick from Love Struck Books and Cafe in Cambridge. Do I need another pouch? No, but I thought how fun to fill this a little bit with just like one singular day of vitamins. So that way, if it's in my bag and I don't have my work bag and I leave the house and think, oh, I didn't take my morning vitamins, I can. We should also take our calcium together too, now that we're doing this. By the way, if you are looking for a new bariatric vitamin, may I recommend Berry Melts. I know you watched me take them earlier. I have a link in the description box for you where you can get a discount. I don't get a kickback from that. It's not an affiliate code. It's just that I work with the company and I love them genuinely, and my whole vitamin drawer is stocked with Berry Melts. So let me get my calcium. This is actually a new one because I recently finished mine. Now these are dissolvable. Okay, this is the jug of calcium. Notice the size difference. These are berry flavored, and they in fact do smell like strawberry yogurt, if you're interested. I do not love a lot of faux flavored things in general. These, I genuinely don't mind. They are huge, not because they are a pill, but because they are a dissolvable tablet. Now, the reason I don't take this in the morning with my breakfast and the rest of my vitamins is because your iron and your calcium do not play well together. So you will prevent your iron absorption if you take calcium at the same time. So this is a lunchtime vitamin. Cheers. Honestly, I like these after lunch because they almost taste like a sweet treat. You do take two, okay? If there is I'm sure there is a calcium option on the website that isn't a dissolvable tablet. I don't want them. All right, so I'm gonna go put my little vitamin packs away. I think what's up next on this list of today's to-dos potentially is a closet clean out. I'm gonna set a timer because I really don't want to do it, but I'll probably film a reel or a TikTok while I do to help inspire me. So I'll let you see the mess. Come on. Okay, so it's like mostly in this area. I've already done the majority of the clothing, but it's like not organized. I just went through it. So I have so many things to open, which is really exciting. Period. It's really exciting. I'm not going to be ungrateful for that. And then, let's see. This side's less messy by the washer, but I just need to organize. I now have open drawers, so I'd like to find places for things to go in those drawers, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's where we're at. Apologies for the very yellow, orange overtone. You can come on over. Hi. Callie's now home from school and it is snack time. This is normally when we would have a tiny little snack before dinner, and we are eating very early this evening, so we're not having... Did you spill? Oh dear. Did you spill or did the cup leak?
No, I spilled.
Oh dear, okay. We're having early dinner. I am in a different sweater. It is still the same day. I just got cold while I was in the closet cleaning. So what are you having for a snack this afternoon?
Poppy.
Poppy. You don't normally drink that.
I like it. It's good.
You like it? Okay. Yeah. Could we maybe do this one and then keep that for later? Okay, because it does have some sugar in it.
No. And that's why I don't usually drink.
That's why you don't usually drink a whole thing. Okay, what is your protein snack this afternoon? What do you have?
Cheese stick.
Cheese stick, and I have
Jack Link's Mr. Beast.
a Mr. Binks, not Mr. Binks. Mr. Binks, Mr. Beast Jack Links. So this little guy on his own has about 6 grams of protein. 2 have 11. So we're going to have this, and then we're going to have butter chicken and rice. So we'll have this. I'm doing pretty strong on my water intake today, and I know that's because I bought a mint plant at Trader Joe's. So between my dehydrated fruit and my mint, it feels more summery. So I've been drinking that. Yeah. What do you have for lunch today at school?
I had salad to me, which is just cool lettuce, cheese, and Italian dressing, croutons on the side, cucumbers, and Felicity.
Cucumbers?
Yeah.
I had cucumbers in my sandwich today.
Well, actually, I didn't have just cucumbers. Felicity, she put salt on them.
Oh, a lot or a little?
No, like a little. You get to take the little packet, and I took my fork at the other end and put it on.
Okay.
So it's like the perfect amount of salt.
I fear that's not enough protein. I guess there's protein in the cheese. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then I also had a roll and chocolate milk.
Well, we'll see you at dinner time.
Cheers.
I used one of these frozen, put in the microwave rices earlier this week, and it was lovely. I did add a little lime zest and butter to it, but you put it in the microwave with the red stripes up for 3 minutes. These are from Trader Joe's. You could also use cauliflower rice or riced cauliflower for this recipe. My Trader Joe's was out of it, so we're just using regular jasmine rice. Okay, this might look boring to you. It smells really good. You could also do a veg on the side. This one's going to be Mark's. We kind of like descend in portion size. Callie's is usually the littlest. Well, Callie has more rice than I do. But I'm putting extra sauce on mine. I won't put extra sauce on hers. Off to the table we go. So out of a chicken thigh, I had probably half of one and maybe a fourth of a cup of rice. I'm showing this now because usually I give Mark my leftovers so that he can eat them at the table. But I wanted to show you what I ate. And now I'm off to a meeting and we'll do a debrief later. I did end up having a cheese stick after dinner. And spoiler, every night before bed, I have a small square of chocolate. I do this every single night, and it helps me stave off my sweet tooth throughout the day. It's something I look forward to. So I will put the total number of grams of protein that I was able to consume in my day. 6+ years ago, I was so scared of the flexibility of maintenance mode because I had been dieting for so long. And now I view that flexibility as my structure system. It means that I can't mess up if I'm consistent with my best habits, and routines. The structure of flexibility creates my food freedom, which means I'm not thinking about food, apparently, unless I'm doing a video like this. Even now, protein still matters. It matters for my muscle retention, for my maintenance, for my hair, skin, and nails, for my energy levels. Protein still matters, and the maintenance of weight loss is a very different animal than losing weight. It's two almost entirely separate skills. I'm hoping today that you saw the volume tolerance increase, right? That your volume of what you're eating is going up the longer you're out of surgery. I feel like I say this all the time, particularly with my clients, that weight loss post-op is a season, but your maintenance is your identity. It's not just a phase, it is your long-term identity. One thing I've learned in this identity of maintenance is that having a snacking structure changes everything. And I've actually been working on something behind the scenes. More to come soon, but you can check the description box to get on an early wait list. If you're in maintenance or you're approaching maintenance, will you leave a comment in the description box below with the word maintenance? I would love to be able to support you in this journey. I know how hard it is, especially at the beginning of maintaining when there are no rules and the flexibility feels overwhelming. I absolutely understand that, but I do have skills and tools to help you. And if you're looking for a little bit more support on whatever budget you may have, I will leave some resources in the description box below for you too. So thank you for being here for my day in the life, what I eat in a day, including my vitamins, a little bit of hydration chat. I deeply appreciate you viewing this video and engaging with it. It really does help to support the channel, and it helps grow the channel because I want bariatric surgery to be not the taboo thing that it is, so that we can engage in conversations about this in a way that normalizes taking care of yourself in non-extreme measures. If you have any questions for me, I would be happy to follow up in a comment, in a YouTube short video, or even in a long form video. I want to make content that you find helpful, useful, and fun to watch. All right, my bariatric protein queen, I love ya. Thank you so much for being here. Make sure you're subscribed, and I will see you next week. Goodbye, girly.